Hello guys, welcome back to C Fashion Academy. Today I'll be teaching us how to cut a straight dart bustier using this exceptional method. As you are seeing, you'll be cutting both the center front and the two sides together. Okay, please, I also want you guys to make sure you focus, make sure you watch to the end, and make sure you click on that like button. If you are new to this channel, please make sure you subscribe. Please, you can also join as a member. Thank you and may God bless you. Love you.
Okay, so today I'll be teaching us how to cut a straight dart bustier. This is the simplest method you will ever see. So, first of all, we look at our measurements. We have our shoulder, which is 14 inches. We have the round bust, which is what? 34 inches. We have the round under bust, which is what? 30 inches. We have the what? Under bust length, which is what? 12 inches. And we also have the what? Half length. So this particular straight dart bustier we are going to do, we are going to stop at the what? Half length. So what I'm actually teaching is the what? The bustier itself and not a particular dress. Okay, so in order for you to cut a straight dart bustier, what do you do first? The first thing you do is what? You fold your fabric. So like we know, we usually fold with your what? Highest circumference. So in this case, highest circumference is what? 34 inches. Are you seeing it? So what are you going to do now is what? 34 divided by 4 is going to give us what? 8.5. So now 8.5 plus 8.5 plus 5 to what? 7 inches allowance. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be making use of what? 7 inches allowance. So what did I say? In order for you to fold your fabric, fold with the what? Highest circumference, which is the what? The bust. Now the highest circumference, which is the bust, which is 34 divided by 4, is going to give you what? 8.5. Now add extra 7 inches to the what? 8.5, which will give us what? 15.5. 15.5. Okay, now what do you do now? Now you've gotten 15.5. Next thing you are going to do is to do what? You are going to fold your fabric with what? That 15.5. As you can see, I've already folded this particular fabric. So looking at it, what we have is what? As you can see, 15.5. Okay, so this is the first step. So the second step which you are going to carry out is to what? Is to mark out your what? Measurement point. So what do we know as measurement point? Measurement point starts from what? The shoulder to the what? To the bust line. Then from the bust line to the what? Under bust line. From the under bust line to the what? Half length. Okay. So let's start from our shoulder. Please always remember what I told you guys. Whenever you are making a what? A bustier, anything that has cup, what do you do first? Before you start marking out your what? Measurement point, please first of all mark out what? Half inch. This half inch is for your what? Shoulder seam allowance. Please always take note of that. Okay, so as you can see, we are now going to start marking out our measurement points from this half length. Okay, so let's mark out our bust line. From here, mark out the bust line, which is 9 inches. As you can see, the bust line is 9 inches. After marking out the 9 inches, next thing is you mark out the under bust length, which is 12 inches. Okay, now make sure you mark it out into 2. Marking it out into 2 helps you to get a straight line when you use your rule and connect. Okay, so next is the half length. Half length is 15. As you can see, mark it out into 2. Okay, 15. Please, I also want you to know that if you don't have the measurement of the half length, another way of you getting half length is from this particular under bust length, step down by 3 inches. So the next thing you are going to do is to do take your rule and do connect, in order to get all the measurement points. Okay, so as you can see, we have the shoulder line here. Are you seeing it? We have the bust line, we have the under bust line, and we have the half length. Okay. So next thing you are going to do after marking out all these measurement points is to mark out your bust span, which can also be called nipple to nipple. Okay, for a bust of 34 inches, the nipple to nipple is supposed to be 7 inches. Please, for a bust of 34 inches, the nipple to nipple or the bust span is supposed to be 7 inches. Okay, so if it is 7 inches, provided we folded our material into 2, are you seeing it? So we also have to do divide the 7 inches by 2, which is going to give us 3.5 inches. Okay, now you don't just mark out the 3.5 inches, you add your extra half inch allowance for seam allowance, which will make it to be 4 inches. Do you understand? 3.5 plus what? Half is going to give you what? 4 inches. Okay, so mark out what? 4 inches. Okay, after you finish marking it out like this, next thing you need to do, next thing you need to do is to do what? Take your rule and do what? Connect. Okay, are you seeing it? Now you are done connecting. So next thing we are going to do is to do what? We are going to what? Form our bustier. So like I said, in order for you to what? Form the bustier, we need the what? To mark out the what? Upper dart and the what? Lower dart. It is the upper dart and lower dart gives you what? A nice bustier. Okay, so the upper dart is situated at the what? Shoulder region, while the lower dart is situated at the what? Under bust region. Do you understand? So in order to do it, are you looking at this point, this nipple to nipple point? Are you seeing it? So this is where we mark out our what? Dart. Now you ask yourself, for a bust of 34 inches, what should be used as the dart in order to form a bustier? Please, we have this thing as a chart. Do you understand? I hope all of you have it as a chart. Do you understand? Then for those that don't have it, I'll try to put it in the word description link. So for a bust of 34 inches, the dart is what? 2 inches. Do you understand? Okay, so this 2 inches, which is the dart. Now what next are we going to do? Look at it. From here, are you seeing from this nipple to nipple? Please, from here, just mark out what? 1 inch. You are going to share these 2 inches into what? 2. Now from here to here, mark out what? 1 inch. Are you seeing it? And from here to here, are you seeing it? Mark out what? 1. So this gives us the what? The upper dart. Are you seeing it? How do you measure it? From this nipple line, are you seeing it? From this bust line, nipple to nipple. From here, step back and mark what? 1 inch. From here, step back and mark what? 1 inch. Combining both of them gives you the what? The 2 inches. Are you seeing it? So do the same thing at the what? Lower dart section, which is the what? Under bust. Now look at it. This is our what? Under bust. So from here, mark out what? 1 inch. Are you seeing it? From here, mark out also what? 1 inch, which will make a total of what? 2 inches. Please do exactly the same thing at the what? Half length. Okay? From here, mark out what? 1 inch, and from here mark out what? 1 inch. So now you've gotten it. Next thing you need to do is to do what? Look at it. Take your tape, connect this one from here to here. Are you seeing it? Connect this one from here to here. Next thing you're also going to do, look at it, is what? You connect from here to what? Here, and from here to what? Here. Okay? Look at it. From here to the what? Nipple point. Are you seeing it? And from here also to the what? Nipple point. Are you seeing it? Whatever you do on the left side, do it on the right side. Okay, after you finish doing this, next thing you need to do is to do what? Mark out the what? Curve of the what? Bustier. Are you seeing it? So see how we are going to do. From here, we are going to connect to this side with a curve. We're also going to connect to this side with a curve. Okay, but before we do that, you need to connect your own using what? You either use your what? Free hand. You either use your what? Stretch rule and also do what? Silence it. Or you either use your what? French curve. Any kind of curve you want to use. But for the sake of this particular class and tutorial, I'll be making use of my what? Broomstick. Okay, so in order to make use of your broomstick, please, you can use zero stick whereby you don't have any other curve. What you are going to do is to do what? Are you seeing? Like I said, you're going to connect this point and this point using this one broomstick. Now look at it. Place it like this. Are you seeing it? Make sure the 2 points are connected. Place it like this. Are you seeing it? So next thing you are going to do is to do what? Place it very well. So after you finish placing, the next thing you need to do is to do what? Connect it. As you can see, I've really gotten the what? The bustier part of this particular place. Okay, so next thing you're also going to do is to do what? You're also going to do the same thing here. Okay, as you can see, now we've connected. We've gotten our what? Center front, and we are also about to get our what? We've gotten the what? Center front complete. So next thing you are going to do now is to do what? We are going to impute the what? The body measurement. Okay, now let's impute the body measurement. Let's start from the what? Underbust. The underbust is what? 30 inches. What you are going to do is what? 30 divided by what? 4, which is going to give you what? 7.5. So place your tape and mark out the what? The 7.5. Look at it. Okay, so after you finish marking out the 7.5, as you can see, we have an empty space here. This is for the what? The dart, which we just imputed here. And we always know that whenever we are cutting this thing out now, this dart is going to be a what? A waste. So what we are going to do is, immediately you finish marking out your measurement, please replace this dart. Are you seeing it? So what do we have here? 2 inches. Are you seeing it? Please replace it, so as for you not to look for your allowance. So after you finish replacing it, then add your what? Normal body allowance, which for me ranges from what? 3 and above. Okay. Okay. So please, whatever you do at this very part, I want you to do the same thing at the that part. Okay. So next thing you are going to do is to do what? Take your tape and do what? Look at it. Take your tape and do what? Connect like this. Just connect it straight. Now, why are we connecting it straight? I know some people will ask this question, that why didn't we measure the what? The bust. Do you understand? Okay, but the truth is that I'm still going to measure it now. I'm still going to explain one or two things for us. Okay, so let's start with the bust. The bust is what? 34 divided by 4 is what?
8.5.
8.5. Okay, so mark out your what? 8.5 and add extra what to it? 3 inches. Okay, are you seeing it? Now we've added 3 inches. Now on a very good day, normally you're supposed to connect like this. Are you seeing it? But we are connecting straight like this. I've explained this thing several times. So why am I leaving this extra 1 inch here? Like I've said it, this extra 1 inch is more like an ease for everybody. Sometimes you finish making a cloth and you use the actual measurement, you added the actual allowance, and the customer will still be complaining that the bust is very tight. It is because of this. Do you understand? So in that case, I'm adding what? Extra 1 inch allowance on the bust. Okay, so next thing we are going to, as you can see, we've finished doing what? Constructing the what? Both the center part and the what? The two sides. Are you seeing it? Okay, next thing we are going to do is what? We are going to cut it out. Please, I want you to know that the method I'm actually using here is not a method that you mark out the neck and everywhere at the same time. Do you understand? This is a method that after you finish cutting off this particular part, after your initial trimming, that's the time you finish what? Joining the center. That is when you do what? Trim out the neck, the armhole, and the rest of the dress. Do you understand? So next thing we are going to do is to do what? Take our scissors and cut it off. So like I said, the next thing to do is to do what? Cut it off. After cutting it off, use it and cut the what? The back part. But the only thing you are going to do at the back part is what? You are going to what? Silence the what? Cup. Because back does not have breast. Do you understand? Okay, so let's cut it off. Okay, as you can see, I finished cutting it off. So next thing I need to do, please, this one is very, very important. Make sure you do it. Is to do what? Make sure you notch the what? Underbust, especially the underbust. On a normal case, people notch underbust and the what? The bust point. But for me, I prefer notching the what? The underbust, because it is the most important part to notch. Make sure you notch the both sides. Like I said, this is the simplest method of cutting a straight dart bustier. You cut out the what? Center part and the what? The two sides all at the same time. Okay, so after you finish cutting this one off now, we are going to use it what? And trace to get the what? The back. So in order for you to trace and get the back, all you have to do is to do what? Silence the what? Bustier. So how do you silence it? Physically, and the simplest way to silence it is by what? By folding this thing out like this. Are you seeing it? By removing the what? Bustier itself, the cup itself. Also do the same thing here and remove it. Okay, so and take this one and trace and do what? Cut out. That gives you the what? The back. We are actually going to do that one here. Please, I also want you to know, not everybody knows how to silence this. Some persons just silence something like this in a way that they will not silence everything. Please, this is the actual way to silence it. Okay, as you can see, we are about cutting out the back parts. Now, this is the what? The center front. Are you seeing it? Place it to get the what? Center back. Now, all you need to do is what? Fold your back so that it will be what? 2 inches, at least 2 inches wider than the what? The center back, the center front. Are you seeing it? So now look at it. First thing, what you need to do is to do mark out your what? 2 inches. This 2 inches serves as the what? The zipper allowance. Do you understand? So after you finish marking it out, take the front one and place. Also make sure you are silencing the what? The bustier. Okay, so after you finish placing it, next thing you need to do is to do what? Take your scissors and cut it off. Okay, so look at how you cut it off. From here, just cut it off straight to this very particular place. Are you seeing it? Please make sure you don't cut off the what? The front part. Okay, so after you finish cutting it off, next thing you need to do is what? Is to add what we call the what? The zipper effect. Do you understand? So in order to apply this zip effect. First of all, what is zip effect? It's just that which you apply at the back of every dress, just to make sure that the back is lapping very well. It is not so puffy, it is not so rumpled. Okay, so next thing you need to do is what? In order to apply the what zipper effect is to do what? Take your ruler, mark from this underbust, extend it to this very point. Are you saying it? So next thing you need to do is to do what? From here, step in by what? Step back by what? Half inch or 3/4 inch. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be making use of what? Half inch. Mark it out here. Then go to the half length, also mark it out here. Please, I also want you to know that this zipper effect is also a what? A dart. It is the central dart which is located at the zip part. Okay, next thing you need to do is to do what? Take your rule and do what? Connect from this part to this part. So after you are done, next thing you need to do is to do what? Take your rule from here. Are you saying it? Just do it like a dart, silently and gradually extend the line. Are you seeing it? So this actually gives you what? The back zip effect. Are you seeing it? So final thing you need to do on this center back is to do what? Take your scissors and then cut it off. So after you are done cutting it off, also take your scissors and open up this very part. Okay, and we are done with the what? Center back. So next is the what? We are going to do what? Mark cut out the what? This back sides. Are you seeing it? This one is the side for the what? The front. The one we are cutting out is the what? For the back. So all you need to do is to do what? Take your scissors and trace it out exactly as you are seeing it, excluding the what? The bustier. Okay, so as you can see, we are done cutting it up. Please, there's one more thing I need you to do. As you can see, looking at this thing, it's looking like you can mistakenly take this part for this part. Are you saying it? So all you need to do is to do what? Make sure you signify where is the upper part and where is the what? The lower part. So all you need to do, let's say from here, you use this thing and mark out, cut out the what? This part. Also do the same thing, you cut out this particular part. Now have it in mind that what? You cut out the what? The upper part of the what? The dress. Please always know that. Now next thing you need to do is to do what? Take your scissors and notch this particular part so that you know that it is the what? The zipper allowance. Are you seeing it? Also do the same thing here. Okay, so as you can see, I'm done with what? This thread that bustier, how to cut this particular thread that bustier. Okay, so this is how it is. So for those that want to know how to couple it, for you to couple this, all you need to do, as you can see, let me first of all show you how this thing looks like when you expand it. Okay, so as you can see, when you expand this is what it looks like. Look at it. Are you seeing it? This is exactly what it looks like. So if you want to sew it, all you need to do is to do what? Take this one, place it like this. Are you seeing it? When you place it like this, you now connect from here with your what? Half inch. Remember we added half inch seam allowance. You connect from here to here. Also do the same thing with this particular part. Are you seeing it? Here that the two bustiers are facing themselves. Hold it like this. Are you seeing it? Then from the back, join half inch. Are you seeing it from here to here? So this gives you the what? The complete front. Are you seeing it? So also do the same thing at the back. Also do the same thing at the back. Okay, as you can see, the notch part, the part that which I cut out is actually showing me that the two supposed to be what? Facing each other. Okay, so next thing you need to do, are you seeing it? Look at how it is. Okay, now look at it. This is how this one is supposed to be placed. Are you seeing it? So all you need to do is to do what? Now look at it. All you need to do is to do what? With this particular one, turn it like this and do what? Sew with your what? Half inch. And this particular one, turn it and do what? Sew with your half inch. Then here remains the what? The center part, which you are going to what? Fix your zip. Okay, so after you finish coupling it, this is the initial stage coupling. Next thing you need to do is to do what? Trim it out to get your what? Neck and what? Armhole, and shape other parts accurately